Just a quick follow-up to the last video. By the way, all this happened back in May, but it's no less instructive to expose tyrannical, power-hungry, authoritarian cops who think it's far better to harass, arrest, fine, cage, and steal the property of an innocent man like Dylan Shane Webb than to have that man driving around with a sticker he didn't like. Not only did Deputy Travis English decide to use his time to trample somebody's Fourth Amendment rights, not only did he make the conscious decision to do to somebody else what he wouldn't want done to himself or one of his family members, but there were probably real crimes being committed in this deputy's area. Stores being robbed, women being raped, people being kidnapped, cars being stolen, and no telling what else. But it was more important for Mr. English to play mini tyrant. If you missed my full video on this, the link's in the description, in the pinned comment, and in the link at the end of the video. Let's go through this local news story real quick.
Take off one of those letters so that the word...
You're not refreshing my First Amendment right. You're not doing that. I'm gonna need a copy of your ID too.
Here's something I didn't point out in the last video. Good for this guy for standing up for his rights. He could have taken the easy road and caved, but he didn't. When injustice is done to one man anywhere, injustice is done to all men everywhere. And when you stand up for your own rights, you're standing up for the rights of every human being on this planet. The only way to vanquish tyranny is to oppose it and resist it everywhere you can. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty.
New tonight at 11, do you call it free speech or a crime? A local man is defending himself after his arrest gained international attention. Dylan Webb was pulled over for having this raunchy sticker on the back of his truck.
So today the state attorney's office dropped the charges against him, but tonight he says that his First Amendment rights were violated. First Coast News' Shelby Danielson speaks exclusively to the driver and to the sheriff's office.
1026.
It was Cinco de Mayo when a Columbia County Sheriff's deputy pulled over 23-year-old Dylan Webb.
Buckled, not speeding. There's all my lights work. What's the issue?
What's going on, gentlemen? My name's Deputy English. Hey, man, the reason I'm pulling you over is your derogatory sticker on the back of your truck.
Don't you think that sticker's pretty vulgar? And I was like, I mean, not really.
So some 10-year-old little kid sitting in the passenger seat of his mama's vehicle looks over and reads that IE and asks his mom what it means. How's she going to explain that?
Arguments like this always sound good to people at first, but it's the argument of necessity. We need to keep this stuff out of public. What would little kids think? How are parents going to explain this? Necessity is the plea for every infringement of human freedoms. It's the argument of tyrants, and it's the creed of slaves. Besides, does this cop arrest people for having the peeing Calvin and Hobbes sticker? How about the bull balls you see hanging from the backs of trucks? How about the billboards that display strip clubs? This cop is advocating for roadside censorship. And if you don't comply, well, then your rights are taken away from you. And this cop mentioned 10-year-olds. They can dress in drag and hang out with drag queens with murder records and flaunt half-dressed down parade routes, but you can't have a sticker on the back of your truck?
Within a few minutes, Webb was given a notice to appear in court. When he refused to remove one letter from the sticker, he was met with handcuffs, a mugshot, and an orange jumpsuit.
I think it's significant overreaction by the sheriff's office, way disproportionate. I don't think it's appropriate at all.
Andrew Bonderud is now Webb's attorney.
It's about protecting my individual client's right from being arrested again, and also making sure that he's compensated for the loss that he sustained.
Yeah, and guess who should be the compensating party? Not the taxpayer. Deputy Travis English should compensate Dylan Webb for any damages after he loses his job for committing a crime. And a crime is exactly what you see in this video.
The sheriff's office needs to acknowledge that, and they need to do it in writing.
He wants a guarantee that Webb won't be charged again for keeping the sticker displayed.
The state attorney's not going to file on something. We're not going to go and rearrest somebody.
Sergeant Murray Smith says it wasn't the word on the sticker that their deputy deemed illegal.
It was the obscene phrase depicting what the deputy felt was a sexual act. That is obscene by definition.
Sergeant Murray Smith absolutely does not understand the principles of freedom, and that alone makes him very dangerous to this community. Being a sergeant, he's basically a crime lord for this community, and he still has no problem with what one of his minions did. People like this are a danger to themselves and to society. Rather than having a sticker on the back of his squad car saying, "I eat ass," Sergeant Smith's sticker should read, "I talk out of my ass." Credit to Trisha for that one. A stream rises no higher than its source. From the constitutional perspective, this guy is a loser.
The obscene phrase depicting what the deputy felt was a sexual act. That is obscene by definition.
You know what's more obscene than words on a page or on a back window that hurt no one? Forcefully apprehending, arresting, kidnapping, caging, and stealing the property of a guy who didn't harm or threaten to harm anybody. That's what's truly obscene.
The obscene phrase depicting what the deputy felt was a sexual act. That is obscene by definition.
Can you see where they're coming from with that, or how do you feel?
That's like I said, they're just words. If they have a perverted mind, that's on them.
What a reasonable citizen would think. If they saw that, would they think that the guy is eating a donkey? Or is he doing a sexual act?
The sheriff's office says the obscenity of this bumper sticker depends on where you live. He says here in town he's received nothing but support from the community, but outside of this area he says they've received criticism.
The Supreme Court has ruled the level of an obscenity may be dependent on a community's standards, not a national standard. Florida statute states a sheriff's office should vigorously enforce the law that deals with obscenity. Webb says he comes from a military family, and since veterans fought for his First Amendment right, he's going to keep the sticker on his truck. We should point out the deputy who arrested him is also a veteran.
I'd be curious to see what veterans think about this deputy's actions. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the Google Thought Police in the comment section below. Before you go, check out our new shirt designs in the shirt store. Here's the Beta Hates America design. Hell no, you're not taking my AR-15. And nobody needs an AR-15. Well, nobody needs a whiny little bitch either. And yet, here you are. And against all enemies, Democrat and Republican. There are over 90 other kick-ass designs in the store, and the link's in the description. Your purchase supports the message of freedom on this channel. If you get something out of this content, help me beat YouTube's censorship algorithms by liking and sharing this video. And while you're here, why not watch a couple more of my videos? Until next time, stand firm, stay vigilant, and for the sake of all that is right and good, stop giving your rights away to tyrannical psychopaths who want to destroy this country.